You're scrolling through self-improvement videos again. Same titles, same promises. Change your life in 30 days, the morning routine that transforms everything. But here's the uncomfortable truth: nothing's changing, is it? You've consumed hundreds of hours of motivational content, yet your bank account looks the same. Your discipline feels just as fragile. Your goals remain distant dreams collecting digital dust. There's a psychological trap here that nobody talks about, and breaking free from it might be the most important thing you do this year. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, discovered something disturbing in his research. He found that people who consumed the most productivity content were often the least productive. They'd become what he calls productivity porn addicts, getting dopamine hits from learning about success rather than actually achieving it. Your brain can't tell the difference between planning to do something and actually doing it. When you watch a video about building habits, your brain releases the same feel-good chemicals as if you'd actually built the habit. You get the reward without the work. It's like going to the gym, sitting on a bench, watching other people lift weights, and expecting to get stronger. Dr. Peter Gollwitzer from New York University studied this phenomenon for decades. He calls it substitution, when symbolic self-completion replaces actual achievement. His experiments showed that people who talked about their goals were significantly less likely to achieve them than those who stayed silent and simply acted. Think about your last breakthrough moment. I guarantee it wasn't while watching YouTube at 2 a.m. It was probably during a mundane Tuesday, taking imperfect action on something you'd been avoiding for weeks. Here's what the self-improvement industry doesn't want you to know. You already possess everything you need to change your life. The problem isn't information, it's implementation. And implementation has nothing to do with motivation and everything to do with systems. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, puts it perfectly: you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Imagine you want to become a master carpenter. You could spend years reading carpentry books, watching woodworking videos, following furniture-making influencers. But the master carpenter across the street, he hands his apprentice a piece of wood, a saw, and says, "Make something." The apprentice makes mistakes, the cuts are crooked, the joints don't fit. But by the end of the month, he's built something real. Meanwhile, you're still watching 10 essential cuts every carpenter must know. Knowledge without application is entertainment, and entertainment, no matter how educational, will never change your life. There's something seductive about perpetual learning. It feels productive, it feels like progress. You can convince yourself you're moving forward while remaining exactly where you are. Dr. Carol Dweck's research on growth mindset revealed something crucial. People often mistake learning about growth for actually growing. They become growth mindset experts while staying fixed in their patterns. Here's the paradox: the moment you stop consuming content about change and start creating change, you realize how simple it actually is. Not easy, simple. Want better relationships? Text someone you care about right now. Want financial freedom? Open your banking app and examine your spending. Want better health? Do 10 push-ups before you finish this video. The gap between knowing and doing isn't bridged by more knowing, it's bridged by more doing. Based on research from Stanford's Behavior Design Lab and implementation science, here's your new protocol. First, the 24-hour rule. For every piece of self-improvement content you consume, you must take one concrete action within 24 hours. No exceptions. Watch a video about morning routines? Set your alarm 30 minutes earlier tomorrow. Read about networking? Send one professional email today. Second, the minimum effective dose. Borrowed from Tim Ferriss in The 4-Hour Body, identify the smallest possible action that creates meaningful change. Not the optimal action, the minimum one. 2 minutes of meditation, not 20. 1 page of reading, not 1 chapter. $10 saved, not a complete budget overhaul. Third, the documentation system. Write down what you did, not what you learned. Your success metric isn't how much you know, it's how much you've applied. Keep a simple log. Today I did X instead of watching Y. Darren Hardy's A Compound Effect shows us that small consistent actions create exponential results over time. But here's the twist: the compound effect only works on actions, not intentions. 1 push-up today becomes 10 push-ups in a month, becomes a fitness transformation in a year. But watching 365 workout videos, you'll be exactly where you started, just with more theoretical knowledge about muscle protein synthesis. Psychology professor Richard Weissman studied 2 groups of students who wanted to improve their lives. Group A spent 3 months reading self-help books, watching motivational videos, and attending seminars. Group B was given one simple instruction: do anything differently every day for 30 days. After 3 months, Group A could explain theories about success, but showed no measurable life changes. Group B had started businesses, improved relationships, developed new skills, and reported significantly higher life satisfaction. The difference, Group B had developed what researchers call action bias, the tendency to solve problems by doing rather than thinking. Your brain will resist this. It's been trained to seek the pleasure of learning without the pain of doing. But every day you choose consumption over creation is another day your dreams stay dreams. Stop being a student of success and start being a practitioner of it. The information age has enough observers. What it desperately needs is more actors. Right now, close this video. Pick one area of your life you want to change. Take the smallest possible action towards that change. Not tomorrow, now. Because the person you want to become isn't built in your head through videos and books. They're built in the real world through choices and actions, one imperfect step at a time. If you found this video valuable, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.